finished at lunchtime kickoff at Wembley in London. Son Heung-min's goal, the difference between Tottenham Hotspur and Newcastle. The massive 3 points there for Mauricio Pochettino's men. Again, we did see the few chances created, few goals in the end, but Tottenham Hotspur all 3 points to temporarily go into second place above Manchester City, who play tomorrow against Arsenal. Well, from the African scene, results have reached us. Lobby Stars have fallen at home there to Wydad Casablanca by 1-0. Wow, and their chances now look a little bit bleak in terms of qualification out of the group stage. But what a result TP Mazembe achieved there. The Lubumbashi-based outfit hit their opposition 8-0. What a day to forget for the opposition in Congo. Well, we're looking at all of the results coming through from the CAF Champions League as well as the CAF Confederations Cup, with Rangers in action tomorrow against Salitas FC of Burkina Faso from the Cathedral. Nigerian Professional Football League in focus tomorrow with games kicking off simultaneously. Pick out the one you want, pick out the one you would like to see. Well, in Newi, it's an Oriental derby as Abia Warriors are away to Inform FC Fanyuba. We'll get to do a little bit of a review on that game here. But wherever you're tuning in from, thanks for coming through on the show. My name is Davidtalks, and in the studio with me is Adebayo, the man who loves to hit the bar, and Adeze Michael. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Great to have you.
Okay, I think Adeze, ladies first. Maybe we'll go by you first.
Good afternoon, Umar here. Good afternoon, Adebayo. Good afternoon, Davidtalks. I'm very excited to be here talking sports.
Indeed. Adebayo, let's quickly begin with you. Tottenham Hotspur achieving a massive result here. We all know about their injury problems. Marksman, Hurricane out, Dele Alli out, Son Heung-min was out for a while, but returned after the Asian Cup now. But his goal, how big?
Spectacular, spectacular. The goal was something. I think it's something worth celebrating, and he celebrated it in grand style. But let's look at it. I think a few minutes to the end of the match, there he positioned himself, and the ball, he got through a loose ball at the verge of the 18-yard box, and he had to actually chest that one down and make sure he redirected it with his right foot, and took a very sharp strike there, and the goalkeeper was caught napping. If you ask me, he went halfway down instead of fully down. It's a goalkeeping mistake. Even from right here in the studio, I can tell you that as a goalkeeper, when you want to go down, you go fully down for in case your hands do not cover up enough. Your leg will be able to help you out, but the goalkeeper actually went halfway down, and the ball went under his hands and under his legs at the same time, and right there in the net. It was a beautiful one there, and he had Son Heung-min running across the field and giving a very beautiful celebration. Let's not forget that I was talking with Adeze downstairs. I was like, wow, Son Heung-min has been spectacular, and he scores these kind of goals that you look at them and you are like, wow. I think he got the goal of the month. Should that be November or December?
A goal against Leicester City.
Yeah, so
and a goal against Chelsea.
Yeah, it's just a great goal, and such a very, very beautiful goal down there, and spectacular performance from that young man. One goal, for Tottenham there, and it goes a long way to prove the fact that I always say it. The number of goals might not really count. Just that one will give you the maximum 3 points, and that's what Tottenham Hotspur have actually done this afternoon.
That was what they did in their last match. They trailed against Watford. Everybody thought they were going to lose the game, but they came back right in. Although Llorente actually made a mistake, but he gave them the deserved lead. That is how to know people that have a spirit of winning. Your ability to grind out results, even when you're not playing wonderfully well, but your ability to grind out these results, because they're very important. Pochettino and his men has amassed 6 points now, which is, I think, for me, they've cemented the top four already. Chelsea and Arsenal are obviously struggling with their new managers. I don't really see them coming to take that position away from Spurs.
Indeed. Well, Tottenham moved into second in the Premier League as Song Heung-min struck late to deny a gallant Newcastle a point at Wembley Stadium. The South Korean forward benefited from a Martin Dubravka error with 7 minutes left as his powerful 20-yard shot went under the Newcastle goalkeeper's body. Adebayo highlighted that in his analysis. The away side were well organized and gritty throughout, with Fabian Schär's acrobatic goal line clearance to deny Christian Eriksen in the second half, epitomizing their spirit. Rafael Benitez's side had chances of their own, with Salomon Randon heading against the post with the score at 0-0. But their resistance was broken when substitute Fernando Llorente laid the ball off for Song to score a 9th goal in his past 10 Spurs appearances. So what a result here for Tottenham Hotspur as they move into second position, a point above Manchester City, the champions, who play Arsenal tomorrow at East Lands. Let's quickly look at the match statistics coming through very quickly. 72% possession is what you would have expected. 28 for Newcastle. 21 shots in total for Spurs, 8 for Newcastle, 4 on target for Spurs, 2 for Newcastle. So that's how it happened and unfolded there in London, and persistence paid off for the Lily Whites. But our featured game is very much the one up on our screens, where in West London it is Chelsea who are up against Huddersfield Town, the bottom club, and what a half chance there for Gonzalo Higuain, but what a block that is. A corner to Chelsea, played quickly, Jorginho with a low center, but goalkeeper covers. Well, gentlemen, let's look at Chelsea, how things have unfolded for them, Adebayo, since Christmas here. Maurizio Sarri has come in. Well, it took very little time before the side adapted to or acclimatized to the way he loves to play, and they were playing very well. Sensational football, easy on the eye, but all of a sudden they became a problem with goal scoring problems. You understand, with the forward men not coming in with goals. Alvaro Morata obviously not putting away chances here. Eden Hazard deployed in a wrong position, a false 9 position, though it worked in their win against Manchester City. But with smaller teams coming in, they just nullify Eden Hazard playing from that position. N'Golo Kante shunted out to the right-hand side there. Things have not gone their way, and a 2-0 defeat at Arsenal. Maurizio Sarri said it is difficult to motivate his players, but there was an even more damning assessment of them after their 4-0 humiliating defeat at the hands of Bournemouth.
Okay, when Adez actually said anyways, let me not go from that particular end or the same, but I want to look at the Chelsea team. You know, she mentioned, I can't talk about Chelsea Adez without mentioning this particular thing you mentioned. She mentioned that Sarri has been stubborn, you know, with the Sarri ball pattern of play, you know, and if we take a look, they've talked at the current, their last game against Bournemouth. Okay, I took my time to look at the lineup, the Bournemouth lineup. You know, Bournemouth went by 4-2-3-1 pattern of lineup. Okay, then you look at the Sarri kind of lineup here, and you have the 4-3-3. Okay, and the Bournemouth pattern of lineup is in form of an arrow, like it's speared. You know, having 2 persons right there at the front and with a little space in the middle, you know, trying to pierce and always attack the Chelsea side. But that notwithstanding, is it not very clear, or I must say, I want to agree with Adeze at this point in time, that shouldn't Sarri think of other things to do or other ways, you know, to go about these things? Okay, then you look at, you actually mentioned the fact that he said that the players lack motivation. What's the duty of the manager?
Difficult to motivate.
Okay, anyway, but that's why the manager is paid.
I don't think it's a motivation factor. You know, we keep saying these things time and time again. If you look at the game, the 4-0 humiliation, that's what I'll call it. Bournemouth set a trap for Chelsea on the night, and they strolled right into the trap. They knew they were coming with the traditional Sarri 4-3-3 formation. and they were waiting for Chelsea on the counter. If you look at the goals, they were all scored on the counter. They know Chelsea's weak point is on the counter. David Luiz is not a complete defender. Great player, great passes, can send you one of those good passes that can get you a goal, but defensively is not to be relied. So they waited for Chelsea knowing that on the counter they are jittery, and that was what they did. If you look at the goals and exactly what happened, and Sarri is telling me that he's not going to compromise. That Sarri ball will still work. Well, Chelsea is not a club that will give you a lot of time for you to make your pattern to work. If you look at the team, their reliance on Hazard. If Hazard is not coming through, there is no Chelsea win. If Jorginho is not coming through, there's no Chelsea win. If there's no creativity in the midfield.
Talking about Hazard, he seemed to be the one singled out for much of the criticism by Maurizio Sarri, but he started off to a flyer here in a game against Huddersfield Town as Chelsea have won corners in succession. So we'll look to see how it plays out and continue to keep you posted. Well, this particular corner coming to nothing with David Luiz's shot there. Over to the car stand in Cobham, rather, he just hit it into the stands there. But there is Maurizio Sarri there looking a little bit not too stable on that touchline, and a man who is known for his composure there, just orchestrating things. Well, his team would do with a fast start here, but they've started very well. You cannot deny them.
That's how they usually do. They do start very well with a lot of possessions, but at the end of the day, because there's no creativity in the middle of the park, they really got nothing to show for the possession. For me, it's even good you have 30% possession and go ahead to get 3 points than to dominate in all the games. You're not even getting a win.
Well, 5 games are on show, with games there kicking off simultaneously. About 15 minutes gone in those one, and we have a goal already. Let's look to bring to you which teams have opened the scoring. Away at Everton, 13 minutes gone in that one. Wolves have taken the lead there at Goodison Park. Whoa, what a goal that was there. Penalty by Ruben Neves there. He kept his cool to just slot that one beyond Jordan Pickford to give Wolves the lead. Well, it's still a long way to go in that one, Adebayo.
Of course, a long way to go. It's about, the clock is fastly ticking. It's about 14 minutes right now into that particular game. But like I usually put it, the first 15 minutes it's used to size up both teams. The game for me most times I think it starts proper after the first 15 minutes. That's when they must have sized up each other. But quite so unfortunate, Wolves have been able to undo Everton.
What a goal! And what a way to begin there for Gonzalo Higuain. He's just put Chelsea ahead after a dismal performance the last time out in front of their home fans. What a strike that was from an acute angle. The goalkeeper had no chance whatsoever. But you still have to give Higuain credit because of the way he just lashed that one across the face of goal there. And what a finish it was there. Great through ball in the middle of the park. One there, taken to the side and pierced in through for Gonzalo Higuain. Look at the run they're peeling off there, or playing on the last defender's shoulder, and he just buries it into the back of the net to give Chelsea the lead there. Great finish from a great striker.
Of course, great finish, they've talked, and this is what I talk about when I tell strikers. You see the angle he's playing from, you see he went for the roof. It's difficult for the goalkeeper to see the ball when you are at that particular corner and you go for the roof. It's very, very difficult. If he had gone, for a grounder shot, it would have been quite easy, probably by knees or even by, mistake. The goalkeeper will be able to get hands or legs to it. But when you go for the roof from that particular angle, believe me, you a higher percentage chance that you get a goal.
Reminiscent of Alexander Lacazette's goal against Chelsea, there's a buccaneering finish there from Gonzalo Higuain.
Oh, what can we? He's experienced striker. He's done well in Real Madrid. Gone to Juventus, proved himself. Although he had not too good outing at AC Milan, but we know his credibility. He has a lot of goals to his career. Good goal for him, and also good one for his confidence. Because if you're wearing a Chelsea number 9 jersey in every game, everybody expects you to score goals. The fans, the club. So I think he started on a good note. We hope he can continue.
Indeed, and Maurizio Sarri will be hoping El Pipita continues in this kind of form here. Well, reuniting with his manager, Sarri wanted him badly to come to Stamford Bridge because they have a good working relationship back with Napoli. But let's peep into the lineup and just bring to you, if you've not stumbled on it, Kepa Arrizabalaga in goal very much these days. Cesar Azpilicueta, the captain at right back. David Luiz is partnered with Andres Christiansen in the middle and Marcos Alonso at left back. Well, there's been a midfield shuffle. N'Golo Kante is alongside Jorginho and Ross Barkley, while a front three of Willian, Eden Hazard and the goal scorer Gonzalo Higuain. Because they look like a side now that are destined for the drop. Well, it's not been a whole lot hasn't changed there since David Wagner's left. You would have to say at Beze. Well, Mark Hudson took temporarily charge, but they lost that game by 3-0 against Manchester City. But Jan Siewert came over, the assistant coach of Borussia Dortmund, taking over the reins at the John Smith Stadium. But results have not improved. A defeat against Everton in midweek, and now a daunting task which they face here, and already a goal down.
They've been the poorest side all season. They've not even won their home games. They've been struggling to score goals, and a lot of their players are not coming up to expectation, and they just brought in a new manager. The manager needs time, but unfortunately time is not even on their side. They are almost gone, Huddersfield. And they need to win this game, but the way Chelsea are, this game is an important game for them. They need to win the game, but the way Chelsea are going, and Chelsea are playing at home, I don't see them getting anything out of the game.
I think you know, if you look at it, Chelsea might actually try to get some sort of redemption from this is laughing, some sort of redemption from the last encounter. But good thing, they are both playing same, you know, a kind of lineup. It's a 4-3-3 against a 4-3-3. I mean, the Huddersfield side and the Chelsea side, you know. But let's get to see if this will create more problem. But you know, Chelsea, they've been fantastic since you know, the beginning of the game. Would they be able to keep this till the end of the game?
Well, having felt to a very humiliating defeat, this is what you usually should expect from a big club. Your reaction after you lost with that kind of goal margin. They need to come to the party. They need to get all 3 points, knowing that their rival Arsenal will be up against a big club tomorrow. Is there a chance to reclaim back their number 4 spot? Indeed,
a chance to reclaim back the top 4 spots ahead of or before Arsenal play against the champions Manchester City tomorrow on a Renault Super Sunday. But that's close there. Adebayo just whispering there a wee bit. Gonzalo Higuain on the end of things. He's gotten on the end of about 3 chances now, and he looks very, very sharp. I think this would delight everybody who is associated with that football club, Chelsea, because it looks as if the movement was not there in their previous games. The strikers didn't look to give that movement and just bring something out of the box there. But still talking about Huddersfield Town before we move on to other things. Aaron Moy has missed a lot of games for them due to injury to Australian there. What a miss that has been for them.
Okay, I think at some point in time, was it day before yesterday or so, some persons were actually, I think I was arguing somewhere out, and persons were like, wow, the Arsenal injury and stuff, and I went as far as I could, you know, trying to let them know that's why we have a bench, and we understand also, you know, that the players wouldn't play completely all year round most times, that's why we have substitutes. But of course, it would affect the team, but the duty of, look at that was close, the duty of the manager to be able to shuffle things and actually hold forth until, you know, he is okay. That's what will make the difference here.
Indeed, that's what will make the difference. But let's continue to move across the grounds and bring to you live updates with games currently ongoing in other leagues. But Brighton nil, Watford nil, 18 minutes gone. Burnley nil, Southampton nil at Toughmore. Chelsea 1, Huddersfield Town nil, Gonzalo Higuain strike. Crystal Palace versus Fulham at Selhurst Park in the London derby still tied at goalless, while Wolverhampton Wanderers have taken the lead against Everton away at Goodison Park, but could have made it 2 here, but goalkeeper Jordan Pickford there with an unbelievable save there to deny Ruben Neves again there, who's causing all sorts of problems for the Toffees. Quickly now moving over to Syria, action currently ongoing there. 60 minutes gone. Empoli 2, Chievo Verona 2. That one still finely balanced, but still to come, Napoli versus Sampdoria from the Stadio San Paolo, and the champions Juventus will be up against Parma. Well, a game for the ages, Adebayo, Juventus versus Parma, but an opportunity for them to bounce back after their 3-0 defeat in the Coppa Italia against Atalanta.
Yeah, I think an opportunity, for them to bounce back. Davidtalks, let's not also forget that I think at this point in time, the eyes of the world, is on Juve just because of one man, and you know what that simply means. That simply means that somehow Juve is seriously under pressure to deliver, no matter how tough the team they actually meet is. So let's see how they are able to actually manage this pressure and be able to convert it to something positive for them.
But let's cross life now to Goodison Park, because it looks as if Everton have had an opening here to level the scores, and it fell to a former Arsenal player in Theo Walcott, but he could not conjure up something meaningful there. Oh, the goalkeeper to the rescue that time. Well worked there by Gylfi Sigurdsson into the path of Walcott, and the goalkeeper comes alive there, but it bounces off his chest and into Walcott again for a goal kick. Frustrating for the Everton man, but it's still 1-0 in favor of Wolverhampton Wanderers. Still staying with Serie A, games for tomorrow: Spal versus Torino, Genoa versus Sassuolo, that one from the Stadio Luigi Ferraris, Udinese versus Fiorentina, Stadio Friuli, Inter versus Bologna, and AS Roma versus Milan from the Stadio Olimpico. Roma were on the back of a 7-1 humiliating defeat in the Coppa Italia at the hands of Fiorentina in Florence. Well, pressure on Eusebio Di Francesco. Well, Adeze, what has happened to Roma, not reaching the high standards of last season there? They still have the likes of Edin Dzeko, Cengiz Onda, Steven El Shaarawy, De Rossi, to mention but a few. But could it be Alisson Becker's move to Liverpool has cost them, because they are shipping in goals? The last time they were 3 goals up against same Atlanta in Bergamo, but Atlanta came from 3 goals down to equalize.
I don't think it's boiled down to departure of Alisson Becker. If you look at Roma, they've not been consistent in the past 3 years. That is where the problem is. They seem to change managers here and there, and the big names, Dzeko, will I say maybe age is beginning to tell on them. They are deep in form, and they're blunt nature in front of goal. Well, I think they lie about, I think, 4th or 5th on the log, looking to qualify for Champions League. Hopefully they should be able to get through to qualify for Champions League.
Indeed, they should be able to get through to qualify for the Champions League, but it's not been an easy season for the Giallorossi, the Eternal City outfit there. Meanwhile, their other half in Lazio are enjoying somewhat or something of a fruitful season. But Chelsea stepping up the gas through Jorginho, who's currently deployed from the middle. N'Golo Kante making a run inside, but the goalkeeper is quick to anticipate that one and comes to collect. Well, it looks as if Chelsea have stepped it up a little bit again, because after that opening spell where they pushed Huddersfield Town back, Huddersfield have begun to try and push forward there to try and get something. That's Steve Mounier there on the other side, but Chelsea stepping up the gas a little bit there in the last 5 minutes. It's actually a change here. Huddersfield have made an early change with Steve Mounier coming on there for a stricken player. Adeze, it's important Chelsea keep up this level and not drop it.
Exactly, like I said, this is an important game for Chelsea. If they must qualify for Champions League next season, they cannot afford to lose the game. Huddersfield on their side, they won't start giving up this early to tell people, oh, we are going. So they want to go out there and prove a point, give their best performance and try to get a couple of points, even if it looks like they're going down. They won't just go down without fighting. It's an important game for Chelsea to win. I think they should be able to get this one.
Let's cross back live now to Goodison Park, because Everton were probing, and this time Andre Gomez has smashed the rocket beyond the goalkeeper, and it's now tied there at 1-1. Everton 1, Wolverhampton Wanderers 1. What a strike from the former Valencia and Barcelona man, the emphatic goal. Still staying with Syria there, games to come, like I did say, we're talking about Roma and talking about Roma's poor season. But Milan having not a bad season. You have to say they are in fourth position, and if it finishes like this, of course they would be in the Champions League with Europe's top sides there, guaranteed 4 spots each to go into the Champions League proper there. So Juventus, Napoli, Inter and Milan there in the top 4 with AS Roma in 5th position, just a point outside the top 4, and play Milan tomorrow. Well, let's move over now to the Spanish La Liga, because we have games currently ongoing there from the La Liga Santander rather. But Barcelona obviously moving away with it. We saw their powers of recovery in midweek at Daisy. Let's quickly talk on that before we look at the fixtures. And Adebayo is still here too. What a turnaround that was against Sevilla.
Well, when they trade by 2-0 the other week, we were not surprised. We know what they could do. We know what they do at Camp Nou. We know they have a record of turning deficits when they need to qualify. It was good to see Coutinho, who was deputizing for an informed Dembele, getting the goals. Good for his confidence. There's been a lot of speculations around his future, but he has come out to show the world that I'm still Coutinho. I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying here to fight for my shirt. It wasn't totally a surprise for me that they were able to turn over the deficit. They are Barcelona. They are good at that. I think they are the people that hold the record of turning over a 4-0 deficit in the Champions League. That hasn't changed. Wonderful side. They've brought in a couple of players. And one thing about Barcelona, they have squad depth. Everybody, there's competition in every department. In fact, they're even looking out to loan out some players that could walk into EPL club straight without even being on the bench. Good one for them. I think they're favorites for the title already. Their fiercest rival, Real Madrid, are not doing wonderfully well at the moment.
Real Madrid not doing wonderfully well at the moment, but what a pair it will be in the Copa del Rey semi-final, with Barcelona up against Real Madrid, the arch rivals, coming up against each other. Adebayo there. Would
I actually say that I think the dead bones in Real Madrid will be resurrected, or do I say that having these two pair would mean some sort of a pair between Nigeria and Ghana? yes, that kind of pair, Nigeria and Ghana, where even if the Ghanaians are half dead, they would want to walk half dead and stroll into the game and also still make impact. And the same thing with the Nigerian side. So I would liken it to that, or I'd probably like to liken it to that. But let's see, Real Madrid at the moment, I don't know. We have said it here times without number. It got to a time that I think downstairs somebody was of the opinion that we should overhaul the entire team, the management staff, the cleaners.
How possible is that?
Yes, that is it. That's to actually show you how bad Real actually started this season with. But at least they are able to step up. It's not really as bad as it was when at the very beginning of the season. But Barca, what more? Adese finished it. Is a spectacular side.
Barca are 10 points ahead of Real Madrid as it stands. Real Madrid in 3rd position rather. So well the season is still ongoing, games yet to come, Adebayo. So well, you cannot write off Real Madrid as well as Barcelona when holding a huge advantage over the other side there. But the other fixture in the Copa del Rey semi-final, we'll see Real Betis come up against Valencia. That one is sure to be huge there, and it's now been decided on the 25th of May there. I beg your pardon, of March. The Copa del Rey final will be played and be hosted at Betis' Estadio Benito Villamarin. It's the first time it's going to be hosted at that home ground, but it's been played in Sevilla a couple of times, but in Betis, that's going to be the first time. So blockbuster semi-finals, we have the Real Betis up against Valencia and Barcelona up against arch rivals Real Madrid. Now let's look at the fixtures from the Spanish La Liga. Already a game has ended. Levante nil, Getafe nil from the Ciutat de Valencia. Barcelona versus Valencia to come from 18:30. That's 6:30. While Celta Vigo entertains Sevilla in Baladias. But tomorrow action continues. Villarreal versus RCD Espanyol from the Estadio de la Cerámica. Real Betis versus Atletico Madrid from Benito Villamarin. Eibar versus Girona from Ipura, and Real Madrid do battle with Deportivo Alaves to wrap up the La Liga games for the weekend. That was another chance for Chelsea there to double their lead from a corner. Willian swinging it in there. Luis attacking, rises, but cannot direct his header on goal there. Just watches it sails over. But meantime, Huddersfield Town are on the attack here, and something promising here for the Terriers, but it's snuffed out. And Kepa recycles to applause from the crowd. To the German Bundesliga now, it's halftime. Nuremberg 0, Werder Bremen 0. Bayer Leverkusen 0, Bayern Munich 1. The Bavarians in front at halftime at the Bay Arena there. Leon Goretzka on the score sheet for Bayern Munich. What a goal that was there for Leon Goretzka. You recall him, a man who played there at the FIFA Confederations Cup back in 2017, where Germany triumphed there as they beat Chile in the final by a goal to nil. Eintracht Frankfurt, it's poised at 1-1 now versus Borussia Dortmund, the league leaders. So who started it all off for them? Marco Reus on the 22nd minute, opening the scoring for the Schwarz-Gelben, while Frankfurt equalized through Luka Jovic there in the 36th minute. So that one finally balanced there for the second period. Hertha Berlin at the capital, Hertha Berlin 0, Wolfsburg 0, Hoffenheim 1, Fortuna Düsseldorf 0 from the whistle, Rhein-Neckar, and Schalke 0-4 versus Borussia Mönchengladbach to come from Gelsenkirchen later this evening. Quickly to Ligue 1, Monaco versus Toulouse, Angers versus Dijon, Rennes versus Amiens, and Reims versus Marseille. Those are the games to come from the French Ligue 1. So Huddersfield Town beginning to make inroads here. That's the third of them. Adebayo, they are beginning to make promising runs in behind the Chelsea backline. Yeah,
I wouldn't actually be surprised if they get something, from this particular half of the game. They've been asking questions, and when questions are asked like this, I think answers are not too far-fetched, and look at this again, they've talked, I think, okay, that's a semi-clearance, I call it. So when questions are asked like this, answers are not too far-fetched. The Chelsea side need to actually watch it, because to be so demoralizing if Huddersfield get something up from this particular half. It simply means that yes, we can go all the way, but we've not written off this match.
Indeed, we've not written off this match, but Luka Milivojevic had put Crystal Palace ahead, and here they come again, the Eagles, just probing there at Selhurst Park. They are currently up against Fulham and are leading by a goal to nil. But that was a chance to double their lead at Daisy.
Yes, Palace have been wonderful. They have a good manager in Roy Hodgson, and they've been getting the wins. They beat Manchester City the other day. They've been wonderful, trying to play the counter-attacking football when they meet the big sides. Then Fulham themselves are struggling. Unfortunately, Ranieri came in quite late. A very good manager, has a lot of experience and respect, but we expected him to get something out of Fulham, but unfortunately he's been getting mix of results. And hopefully, I hope they don't get down the drain, because it will be a big blow for Fulham and Ranieri himself as the manager. A
big blow for Fulham and Claudio Ranieri there, who's returned to try and steady the ship there at Craven Cottage. Well, Fulham, newly promoted side, to spend more than £100 million, and Slavica Jokanovic was shown the exit door there for not producing the desired results, and Ranieri was brought in to try and improve things, but it hasn't really happened for Fulham. But last week, it looks as if they turned the corner. After trailing 2-0, they had to come from behind to win by 4-2 in a superb game there against Brighton and Hove Albion. So let's see how it happens for them. But Chelsea here, just close to halftime. Ross Barkley, let's run. Possibilities here for the Blues. And it's well blocked this time. Here out for a corner. Huddersfield just hanging on here. Chelsea knew a second would all but kill the tie, and Huddersfield know conceding a second goal might just end the contest. They are hanging on so dearly just before halftime. Well, they've shown some resilience there, if not for the brilliance by Gonzalo Higuain. Adebayo.
Of course, if not for that moment or momentary brilliance there that was actually displayed. Then another thing is that is why, you know, for the game of football, when you get to create the chances, please take them. If not, your opponents will take them for you.
Indeed, your opponents will take them. But still to come on Flow Sports this weekend, CAF Champions League results there. What a day for TP Mazembe in Lubumbashi. 8-0, and mixed results for Lobby Stars at the Cathedral as they have fallen to Wydad Casablanca by 1-0 there to now give them an uphill task of qualification out of the group stage of the CAF Champions League. But Rangers International will be in action tomorrow too, and of course Nigeria Professional Football League to come tomorrow. That is next on the show.
Coverage, both recorded and live. Juicy offers await you as you do business with us.
Let's go.
So what do you have? Is it a wedding, cultural event, birthday, conference, seminar, or showbiz? Whatever it is, we are always ready and set to give you what you need. We also run visual advert for your company, products, and services. And we air not just on radio, but also on our online TV. For more information and booking, you can visit Flow 94.9 FM located at 7B Factory Road, Umuahia, or visit our marketing office at Bank of Industry Building, number 1 Constitution Crescent, Asa Road, Aba, Abia State. Or call our marketing team on 0703 160 8029 or 0805 174 5686. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state.
You're still there. It's still Flow Sports this weekend on Flow 94.9 FM with Davidtalks alongside Adebayo and Daisy Michael. Well, Chelsea still searching for that second goal that will give them a cushion before halftime. Huddersfield Town still hanging on there, but for how long? Well, let's move on to Africa now, because Lobby Stars fell there at the Cathedral to Wydad Casablanca by 1-0 there, with the Wydad of Resistance taking all 3 points away in Enugu. And what a result. A penalty there from Mohamed Nahiri gave them all 3 points. Adebayo, not an ideal result for Lobby.
Not an ideal result, they've talked, but I think we've seen them, upturn such a, victory here in Nigeria. And but my fear is away. These Lobby Stars, are they really confident enough, or would they really be confident enough to, upturn this out there? It's possible, they've talked. It's not impossible. I wouldn't say it's impossible. No, it's a very possible thing to do, but it's going to need a lot of hard work. You're going to work so hard to be able to do this. So I think we shouldn't just write them off. Lobby Stars, they need to actually get back and get down and see if they will be able to get something out of the away game.
Well, at Daisy, they've now lost 2 games in succession by a goal margin. A 1-0 defeat at Mimosa, ASEC Mimosa, and now a 1-0 at home loss to Wydad Casablanca. It's their 3rd game, only 3 points on the opening day, which they got against South African giants Mamelodi Sundowns. Any light in the tunnel for Lobby Stars with 3 games still left to go?
Wow, I think it's still one of those things we talk about, going home and traveling away to get to play and not having that mentality that you're going to win. When you're training, probably they train for a draw, and when you train for a draw, you're going to lose. So I think they need to improve on their away performance. They should have that mentality that this is an away game, we can win. If you don't get these points now, if you wait for, okay, we still have 2 home games, we're going to get all 3 points, you're going to get shocked. Each game you play, you should approach it that, yes, I should win. I should be able to get 3 points, whether I'm playing at home or I'm playing away. They still have 3 games to go, good one for them. They can still win, but they need to start winning away. This is CAF Champions League, not NPFL, that you can run away with home wins and still make it top 3 or top 4. If you want to be an African champion, you should be able to get good results away from home. Even if you don't lose 3 points, you should be able to get a point, because at the end of the day, that point is going to count.
But let's look at this situation. Well, we discussed it when the draws were made. A poisonous group. Mamelodi Sundowns champions recently there. Wydad Casablanca champions 2017. ASEC Mimosas back in 1998. Well, it was scary for Lobby Stars. It was always going to be swimming with the sharks there, wasn't it?
Davidtalks, I think the crop of players that got this particular, the crop of players that, you know, won like for ASEC Mimosa as at 1990 are not same, you know, crop of players. And also...
We are looking at their history
yeah,
in the competition.
Yes, I'm coming from the side of Lobby Stars, you know, so that, you look at that. Okay, we are coming from the side of Lobby Stars so that we get to actually make it very clear that they stand a chance in today's, you know, style of football.
Well, let's cross back now to Stamford Bridge, because this could be a pivotal moment in the game, with Eden Hazard faced with the task of converting a penalty. He's up against the Huddersfield Town goalkeeper after a referee had pointed to the spot. Eden Hazard, can he convert for Chelsea? We'll get to find out. A little bit of a delay before he takes it, and he does so with aplomb. Coolly, calmly, Chelsea in the driving seat, 2-0 to be good. Jonas Loso, they're looking very dispirited, talking about the Huddersfield Town goalkeeper. But we were still talking about the Lobby Stars and their adventure in the CAF Champions League. Don't forget, it's the first time they're appearing on continental stage since the year 2000 there. So as it stands, but before then, Mamelodi Sundowns were comfortable 3-1 winners over ASEC Mimosas there in South Africa. That was yesterday, and they topped the group on 6 points with a goal difference of +2. Wydad Casablanca second on the log, goal difference of +3 on 6 points. And ASEC Mimosas 3 points, -4 goal difference. And Lobby Stars 3 points, they're bottom of the log. Well, you might be wondering, Wydad Casablanca with a better goal difference, but second on the log to Mamelodi Sundowns. It's because Sundowns have had the wins there against ASEC Mimosas as well as Wydad in their game right there. Adebayo. So head-to-head counting there for Mamelodi Sundowns as it stands. Moving over to Group B, FC Platinum nil, Horoya AC of Guinea 1. But still to come, it's Orlando Pirates, the Buccaneers, who will be up against Esperance, the Tunis from South Africa. What a game to look forward to there. Then from Group C, what a day it has been for TP Mazembe. 8-0, the Wired Club Africain there in the DR Congo. What a result coming through from Group C. Then in Group D, AS Vita Club of Kinshasa versus JS Saoura, and of course Giants and 8th-time champions Al Ahly of Egypt up against Simba SC. Well, let's come back home now and look at our teams and how they will fare tomorrow in the NPFL. Well, games are littered across cities for us to look forward to. Games kicking off simultaneously, but let's look at Abia Warriors away from home. Adebayo, start with you to FC Fanyuba. FC Fanyuba in form, and in no way you'd expect them to be buoyed by the fact that they are playing in front of their home fans and with the results they've been able to amass and get this season. 11 points they have there from Group B, an abridged version of the league. There teams 24 teams, 12 for each group, Group A and Group B. But FC Fanyuba have started off to a flyer. What kind of game are we in for tomorrow, Adebayo?
I fear for Abia Warriors tomorrow. That's the simple truth. You know, tomorrow, I think at Nne we would be seeing, or I think we will be seeing an Abia Warrior that will be struggling to run away with a draw, at least, you know, to run away with just a point. And I see an Abia Warrior that will be happy that they shared, you know, from the spoil, or they shared the spoil, you know, with FC Ifeanyi, because like you rightly mentioned, these guys they're in top form. Yes, they are in top form.
Let's not forget, Abia Warriors, they have a good record against Ifeanyi. Since 2016 or 15, they've not lost to Ifeanyi. If they can sharpen their creative chances, their problem is they have the energy, they have the pace, but their problem is creating clear-cut chances, not just creating chances, clear-cut chances that can make the striker not to just have another choice than to just get the goal.
Yeah, not a squabble like I call it.
Exactly, yeah. So we are not writing them off. In as much as they're struggling, there's something about football, it goes with history. They know that, yes, we've not lost against this team in a couple of years, so why should they're going to go out there tomorrow to give Ifeanyi a very good run for their money. Indeed,
a run for their money. Ifeanyi alongside Heartland, the sides in form here, but Heartland themselves will be up against Kada City in Okigwe, their new home ground. The Dan Ayam Stadium for this season. They've moved to Okigwe, but they've achieved some fine results there, and a 3-0 hammering of former league champions Plateau United on their CV now. Well, other games to look forward to: El Kanemi Warriors versus Yobe Desert Stars from Borno, Katsina United Niger Tornadoes, MFM FC Wiki Tourists, Aqua United Go Round FC. Aqua need to start picking up wins and not draws. Then Sunshine Stars versus Remo Stars, Gombe United versus Plateau United, Bendel Insurance versus Luby Stars moved till Monday, and Kano Pillars versus Nasarawa United, and of course Giants Eyimba versus Rivers United. That one coming from the Eyimba International Stadium in Aba. Well, that would be our next stop as we talk about the People's Elephant. But time for a short detour here on Flow Sports this weekend. When we come back, we'll be looking to see if sparks will fly tomorrow from that ancient city of Aba.
Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own states. Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own states. Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own states. Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own states. Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own states. Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own states. Join our social media platforms on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Flow949FM. And now, introducing our YouTube channel, Flow949FM. Watch us live as we bring you trending news, politics, and lots of entertainment content. All you have to do is go to YouTube, type Flow949FM, click on the subscribe button, share, and do not forget to click on the bell icon. Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own states.
To Flow Sports this weekend on Flow 94.9 FM with Davidtalks alongside Adebayo Kings and Daisy Michael. Still talking NPFL with games to come tomorrow. Well, let's look at Eimba up against Rivers United very quickly, gentlemen, because we are almost out of time here in the studio. We are expecting a big performance from them. It hasn't been a great start for them.
Yeah, haven't actually been a great start. I'm going to see the game live tomorrow. Make sure I get down there to see the game live tomorrow. But I think if you let me or if you ask me to predict, I think Eimba should actually carry the day for tomorrow.
Well, it's not just carrying the day because you're playing at home. I think Coach Usman Abdallah should get to know his starting 11. Instead of permutating and trying to rotate to know which formula works. I think Stanley Onuwa should come from the bench because if he starts in, they seem to wear him out quickly. But if he comes from the bench, he can come and do his magic. Very good passer of the ball, has pace and all that. But I don't think starting Stanley Onuwa now is going to add any credit to the team. He should come from the bench.
She thinks Stanley Onuwa should come from the bench, but Imbasu position in Rivers United are top of the log now on 8 points after 4 matches played. Rangers International in second position on 6 points. Imba find themselves in 9th position there, just 3 places before the bottom side, which is Niger Tornadoes. So an improvement there required from the People's Elephants, where we would have a raucous home support there for sure is to be. But let's quickly go back to Europe and wrap it all up, because games there kicked off the second period. Games have kicked off in the second period in Europe rather, but it's still halftime in the Premier League. And of course Chelsea very much in the driving seat with their 2-goal lead against bottom side Huddersfield Town. Well, it's finished. Empoli 2, Chievo Verona 2. Then quickly to the Spanish La Liga. The 40 minutes gone. Real Sociedad leading Athletic Bilbao in a Basque derby there at the Anoeta. 44 minutes gone. Barcelona versus Valencia still to come. German Bundesliga, 70 minutes gone in the games. Right there, Werder Bremen leading at Nuremberg. Bayer Leverkusen have turned it around against Bayern Munich. What a turnaround at the Bay Arena. 2-1 they lead now. Eintracht Frankfurt still 1-1 with Dortmund. Wolfsburg leading at Hertha Berlin. Hoffenheim 1, Fortuna Düsseldorf 1, with Schalke versus Borussia Mönchengladbach still to come. Don't forget, Monaco will be in action against Toulouse from the start. Louis Doux. That's from the French Ligue 1 to come. Well, it's been a nice time here on the show on Flow Sports this weekend. Many thanks to you, Adebayo. Many thanks to Adesi for coming through on the show. And a big thank you to you for staying tuned. Continue to enjoy the weekend. This here is our final whistle.